we are talking about, once again, Picard Season 3, but this time, specifically, the Enterprise F is finally in canon. It's been in video games for a while, but it's here. It's in canon. You can find it in the trailer at the 1 minute and 51 second mark. For everyone that doesn't believe us or missed it, because it's literally like a second and a half long, you can find it. And I will show it to you myself right here.
And I will show it to you myself.
Here we go. Here's that little part in the trailer. You know what? I'm gonna slow it down to 1/4 speed. Okay?
Okay.
There
nice.
It is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. So that is literally 1.5 seconds. We're talking about a 1.25 second part of the trailer. I mean, it's exciting. It is that the Enterprise F. It's great. Here's a screenshot of it. Here's the deal. It looks great. It does. It looks awesome. I love it. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know how you. I'm seeing multiple YouTube videos talking about the Enterprise F. I'm not sure how you talk about this for 20 minutes. It's a 1 second shot of the ship, and it looks great. Like, it has the lines. It looks a little bit like Voyager, a little bit, right?
I mean, it is an Odyssey-class ship. So it is a different type of ship than this is the first Odyssey-class Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how you're kind of smiling. Like, well, look, Shane, you're not a ship guy. Like, why are you saying? What are you saying that for?
You're not a ship guy. Shane's not a ship guy.
Because I read it somewhere. Okay, just know. Okay?
Yeah, I knew you had read it somewhere.
But we have a conundrum here, Brian. Because if this is the Enterprise F, what happened to Enterprise E?
Oh yeah, good question.
Don't know. Hopefully it'll be explained in the show, because you're not going to have the E and the F rolling around together, because you don't have an F till the E's gone. So there's going to have to be an explanation as to what happened to the E.
And we saw the E in the movies, right?
We did. Yeah, we saw the E. So if we go back and look at it, so you got the Enterprise A. So we have the original Enterprise, which is from the TOS. Then Enterprise A, which was like the first refit, which it debuted in the Search for Spock. So which would have been Star Trek 3. Okay. And then Enterprise B was the ship that we saw in the movie Generations, where Captain Kirk gets, sent in. He's trying to rescue the ship or save the ship, and he gets sent into the
Nexus. Right.
So that's B. And then, of course, C is the TNG show, Yesterday's Enterprise, yesterday's Enterprise, where the Enterprise C comes through a rift in time and changes everything and turns Enterprise D into like this warship.
Right.
So that was the C. D is our TNG Enterprise. E is the Enterprise that crashed during Generations, and the one we got after that. Enterprise E.
No. After the one in Generations crashed, we got the E.
That was D. Then we got E next, after Generations. And that's the one that was in the next 2 Star Trek movies, next 3 Star Trek movies.
Right. First Contact, Nemesis, and Insurrection.
And then, and now we're going to have the F, apparently, right here.
So yeah, where's the E? And we know that the Enterprise D is in the show.
We know Enterprise D is in the show.
Right.
Yes, we do.
We don't know how, though.
We do know how, but we're not going to say.
I mean, the fans don't know how yet, right?
Right. Yeah. But we do know that it's connected to some people. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So calm down, Shane.
I didn't say anything.
Calm down. Okay.
You set me up.
Look, we know that there is definitely a severe lack, now that you've brought this up, of the Enterprise E.
Yes.
Especially considering what we see of the D.
Patrick Stewart did say there were multiple Enterprises in season 3 of Picard.
And now the F.
So I think we're going to see 3 of them.
You think we're going to see 3 Enterprises?
Yes. We're going to see D, we're going to see E, we're going to see F.
How is there an operating F and an operating E at the same time. That doesn't make no sense.
Maybe the E isn't operating. Maybe it's exiting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, maybe this is like the shot where they're passing it off.
I know typically the Enterprises are destroyed before they make a new one, but maybe the E wasn't destroyed. Maybe it's just being decommissioned.
Yeah, there's some ships that get decommissioned. That's right. That's right. All right. I don't know why you decommission a perfectly working starship, but okay.
Yes, and if you guys want to talk about the Enterprise, well, NX-01, of course, is from the TV show Enterprise. That was the very first Enterprise. And then the Enterprise J, which we see in the future 26th century, which will be hopefully asking some questions about maybe a new Star Trek series in the future.
Yes, that would be great.
With the Enterprise J.
Right.
They took the letters out a while, which I'm grateful for.
What's that?
They took the letters out for a while, which I'm grateful for. So we got F, G, H, I. So we got 3 more before we get to J.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, this is the F. So we have 2 more.
No. F, G, H, I.
Oh, G, H, I. Okay, I guess you're right. Yeah.
So there's 3 more that have to take place in the next 100 years. Those will be long-serving ships.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's less than 100 years.
Is it?
Yeah, remember we looked this up
24, 26
Oh, no,
centuries.
you're right. No, you're right. Never mind. Because that was, I don't know. No, that's not talking about time. Terry did say there's no time travel in the show. So that means that this has to be they're probably decommissioning the Enterprise E, and this is the new F. Which I gotta say, I missed the whole saucer section being able to separate thing. And look, this one doesn't look like it can. I'm just saying. This looks like it's a little more sleek.
Yeah.
But I thought that was super unique when the saucer can remove itself from the ship. Like that was rad.
But it's been done. Maybe this is just a different thing. Like many of the Enterprises could not do that. So,
right.
All
right. Yeah. So what kind of class is the Voyager?
Yep. I knew you were going to ask me that.
You should have looked it up. You knew I was going to ask because it looks like the Voyager.
A Voyager is a Voyager class ship, I believe.
Is it really? Of course it is.
Actually, that's not true.
The Voyager class ship.
Actually, there's a cruise ship that's that. It's Intrepid class.
Intrepid. I know. It's funny is that people watching this right now, there's like 6 people that are like, Intrepid! It's the Intrepid! You idiots!
And why don't you guys know this?
I always forget about the ship classes. Like, I love the ships, but I'm not as big on the ships as like guys from like the shipyards guys. Like the great dudes. They know everything about the ships. Like they make models and stuff. Like I remember I made the 3D model for our Untold Story video.
Yeah.
Of Discovery. And it was hard, man. It was so hard. I don't know how the guys at the shipyards make all these models. Like that one model I made for that one thumbnail took me like 6 hours. Like if that video had flopped, I was gonna be so depressed.
Archmage gives us some good info here, and this is true. We didn't bring this up. The short story "Unexpected Honor," written for issue 40 of Star Trek magazine in May 2012, revealed that the Enterprise E was destroyed in an ambush by the Undyne at Starbase 236 in 2408, and I believe Data was the captain of that ship. So we know that Data is not the captain of the E, at least so far in canon, but they could follow that storyline. If that's the case, then the E would still have like another 5 years or so.
Right.
4 or 5 years, which if the F is out, then the E is probably not running around.
Is it also possible that this story takes place over multiple years?
I don't believe so. Because Terry said that somebody said that each season is 1 year.
Oh, I see.
So.
All right, so we got a little mystery, guys. How does the Enterprise F even exist in this series?
There's definitely a story to tell, and I think we're going to find out during Star Trek Picard Season 3, which comes out February 16th of next year.
When we talk to Terry, we're going to have to ask him. I bet you his response is going to be like, I just really want to see the Enterprise F.
I just really needed to see the Enterprise.
I just need to see it.
I respect
and
that.
This is my shot. So like, okay, gotcha, bro.
Yeah. I respect.
The nacelles, by the way, make the whole, like, the ship looks small because the nacelles look so big. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, the Voyager nacelles were actually, if the Intrepid class Voyager is smaller than this, that means that the Voyager looked bigger because the nacelles were smaller. The nacelles on this thing are massive. Like,
Well, and the nacelles were at the side of the Voyager too, not above. I love this classic nacelles above look.
Right. But if this is true to the original Constitution class ships, then that means the nacelles are the same length as the saucer, which every one of those little dots on there is like a window. I mean, so those nacelles are as big as skyscrapers, dude.
Good point. Yeah.
Like huge, massive.
All
right, well, that's it.
It's the flagship, so it can't be small. Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, but isn't it like the bigger the nacelles, the more speed, right?
I don't know, honestly, but I will say this: flagships in the actual U.S. Navy tend to be smaller than aircraft carriers. So the flagship is whatever the admiral is on is the flagship. So the flagship can actually change, but it's usually like USS Blue Ridge or LSDs or LSHs.
So so it changes to whatever the admiral's on, but
yeah, the flagship will changes to whoever the admiral. Now the admiral has his own ship, but that is the flagship, and the reason why it's called a flagship is because the admiral is the one with the flag. So
I see. So it's the flagship is the ship that belongs to the admiral, not the one that he happens to be on at that moment.
But it can change to this is now the admiral's flagship. So yes, there is a ship this is the admiral's ship, but the admiral might, temporarily take other ships. So yeah, this is in Star Trek. The flagship is the most powerful lead ship of all the ships. So the Enterprise might be the flagship, but there's no admiral on board. So it's different than the U.S. Navy.
Right. The Navy is such a rad storytelling medium. Like watching some of these Navy type ships stories that. Like I'm almost like, oh man, maybe I should have joined the Navy. Much cooler.
Well, guess who told you to join the Navy?
You did. I told you I was joining the Army. You said join the Navy, and I should have listened to my then good friend who was a girl, and she said you should join the Air Force, dude.
Actually, you probably should have joined the Air Force.
Air Force was the right play. I didn't listen to anyone. I joined the Army like an idiot, and it was paid nothing. Now you'd be
in the Space Force.
And oh man, I gotta talk about the members. Anyways, hit the subscribe button on the way to the comment section. Let us know what you guys think about the Enterprise F. I'm gonna tell my story about the Space Force because I'm getting courted to join the Space Force.